Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are connecting back to source with the health analytic, and I analyze things. Oh man, it's a beautiful day today. What was that? It's just the wind, guys. It's just the wind. Today's topic, we're going to be going over how to cure anxiety so we don't freak out about things like the wind blowing through our hair or across our faces. Anyways, so there's gonna be three main points I'd like to go over as far as curing anxiety. I was actually gonna go over a different topic today, but I took a cold shower, and being the analytic that I am, I actually learned a lot from taking that cold shower. It was very it was very interesting. I hopped in that cold water and said, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Man, I had to take a few steps back and just kind of look at my body and just see why my body was reacting in a certain way, when I knew in my mind I wasn't gonna die if my body was freaking out. So anyways, we got point number one. We're going to recognize the body as a living being. Point number two, we're going to earn the body's trust, because if you're a living being, then you're not just going to follow anybody around unless you're tied to a leash. If you don't trust them, you're not just going to follow them around willingly. But if you're forced to, then hey, that's a different story. And that's how it is for a lot of us. And then number three is being a mother and father to the body. So recognizing the body as a living being. All right, so let's try to level with our bodies here. You feel safe when you're not alone. So does the body. And when you're spending too much time in the mind, your body is left to face reality by itself. And hang on one second. Oh man. So yeah, you're gonna want your body to feel safe. Your body doesn't feel safe when you spend most of your time thinking like, oh my gosh, what should I say? What should I do? What are they gonna think if I blah blah blah? Your body's just sitting there in the present while you're stuck in your mind, and your body's like, oh man, where'd my friend go? I'm stuck with this guy for the rest of my life, and right now we're getting ready to do something. I have no idea what we're gonna do, and I'm stuck here. It's kind of like when somebody's taking you for a trip somewhere, and they don't tell you where you're going. They don't tell you the game plan. They don't tell you anything. You're just sitting in the car. You're not driving, and you're just stuck there, like not knowing if you're going to go to Disneyland, or if you're going to just be sitting there watching somebody file their taxes, or if you're just with some random friend and you have no idea if he's deciding he wants to go to the strip club or some other place that you're like, man, I don't know what's going on. And that's exactly what's going on with the body when you're stuck inside your head. And for you have to also recognize yourself as that infinite being of light, the spirit. And you can reside within either the mind or the body. And I also feel that you can reside in both, and align the two together, and just live in the present. Because the spirit, mind, and the body, they're all connected, but they can be very loosely connected. And that's when it's not good. And that's when you don't have complete control over your body. That's when you end up getting anxiety and other things like that. And that's when your body starts freaking out on you like a little chihuahua when you splash water on it. You gotta recognize it as a living being. And another thing, you're not gonna want to force your body to do things. It's better to guide it. And what I mean by that is like the whole chihuahua thing or the dog thing. If you live your whole life having your body on a leash, and you're just like, all right, I gotta plan this, I gotta do this, I gotta go here, I gotta go there, I gotta blah 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 blah, and you're not allowing your body to get off of that leash every now and then. It's like you're not establishing a relationship of trust with your body. It's more like you're that parent that's just really overprotective and extremely controlling, and just like the child would want to rebel and run away and do all kinds of crazy stuff, your body's gonna rebel against you, and it's gonna want to run away, and it's gonna want to do all kinds of crazy stuff, and then you're gonna be stuck wondering why you buy, like I bought cookies, and I was like, oh, why did I just buy cookies? And I was gonna throw them away, but I don't like wasting things, so then I just gave them to some of my brothers or whatever, because I know they like cookies. And then I was like, wait, if I spent that money on the cookies, why did I just give them away? Whoa. We gotta take a few steps back there. And just really analyze that for a second. Just why would I buy the cookies and then the same day give them away or throw them away? That right there shows that the action of buying the cookies was a craving that the body, it was something that the body wanted. And the body will want better things as you guide it to better things. Just like how you have to guide your children or your friends. You can't just tell somebody or force somebody to do things to make better decisions. You have to guide them to make better decisions. And my body really wanted the cookies, so my body bought the cookies. And then after I had the cookies and had something to eat and my body was satisfied, I was able to be more in control. And then I was actually thinking like, wait, why did I buy cookies? And then my mind, knowing that that it's just not healthy to just, cookies aren't healthy at all. So my mind is thinking like, whoa, I don't need these, and then it throws them away. And it's like right there, you're already being that controlling parent. Like if your body's gonna make a mistake and it's not gonna kill the body, sometimes you just gotta let the body make that mistake so it can learn from it, just like you made mistakes and learn from them. So anyways, moving on to the next section. I'm out here in the nature and just chilling over here on this log. There's ants all over the place crawling on my paper. Anyways, point number 2, we got earn the body's trust. The body will prevent you from doing what you want if it doesn't trust you. And also, just even the topic of anxiety. I got this little etymology dictionary, and for those of you guys that don't know what etymology is, it's basically the history of English language or English literature, language. So the root meanings of the words before they were changed for the purpose of the masses' desire to express themselves. The meaning didn't necessarily change. It was more so just socially accepted. The change was socially accepted because people wanted to express themselves in their own unique ways, but it doesn't change the meanings of the words. Anyway, so I looked up the word anxiety, and it actually means like to choke. And it derives from the word anguish. And everybody knows anguish just doesn't even sound bad. I mean, doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. And then if you think about choking, if you're trying to swallow something and you choke, the food stops. The action stops. Whatever is trying to happen just stops happening. And it's the same with anxiety. When you're trying to do something, you lose your confidence and you choke. You just stop. You freeze. Your action, whatever's trying to go on, just stops going on. So yeah, you have to earn your body's trust. because it is a separate being from the mind and the spirit. It's completely separate. It's its own living being, just like this lizard over here that's crawling over here by me. It's completely separate from me, but the body and the mind and the spirit, they're connected, but they're also separate beings. And I don't know if you guys have ever had a cat or if you've ever been around a cat, but cats, they don't immediately trust people. They don't. And, you know, you have to actually kind of spend time with them. You have to be very gentle with them. You have to, you kind of have to let them come to you, you know? If you try to grab a cat and try to make it do, and cats hate leashes. You have to have you have to establish such a great relationship, you know, of trust with that cat before the cat would even consider feeling comfortable being on that leash. So yeah, you have to earn your body's trust. And you know, back to, you know, the shower example or whatever, the cold shower. I didn't turn any of the hot water on. It was just completely straight cold water. And I was thinking about just kind of slowly going into it, you know, like kind of cold, medium cold, and then just super freezing cold. But I just went cold turkey to see what was gonna happen, because I'm the health analytic. I analyze things. Anyways, so what happened was before I went in, I was telling my body, I was like, all right, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The water is gonna be freezing cold. I'm not gonna pretend like it's not gonna be cold, but I'm gonna be completely conscious and let you know that I'm gonna be there, you know? And I'm just kind of leveling with my body, kind of meditating with it, if you will. And I you know, I jumped in and immediately I start choking. I can't breathe. my mind, you know, my spirit, me, I know that I wasn't gonna die. I knew I wasn't gonna die. I knew I wasn't gonna freeze to death. I knew, you know, it's just cold water. I knew nothing bad was gonna happen. But when I jumped in, also I've been studying the science of the body and how it's able to survive in cold temperatures and hot temperatures and things like that. There's 3 sections of your brain. I can't actually remember the names. I'll go over it in another video. But one is connected to your vitals, which, you know, your heartbeat, your body temperature, which is also very important, you know, when we're talking about cold showers, and also your breathing, which goes back to anxiety, the choking, and then the next very important part of your brain is, again, I can't remember the names, but that one, it completely controls your emotions and your memories, and your memories connected to your emotions. And then you have the third section of your brain that's which one was that? Vitals, emotions, memories. Let's see. Oh, and then this one's your ability to learn and you know, learn different languages, speak different languages, and just learn anything. And it's very interesting. Like, yeah, the brain is a very, very interesting thing. But anyways, those things, they all act together. They're not separate at all. Like, when your emotions are out of whack, your vitals are out of whack, and your health is gonna be bad. If you're feeling like, oh, you're all depressed and everything, then you're gonna feel sick, you're gonna feel nauseous, you're gonna feel all this kind of stuff, and those feelings are gonna be very real because that emotional part of your brain is connected to the part of your brain that controls your vitals, and when your emotions are not aligned, when your mind, your body, and your spirit, when they're not on the same level, it starts to show in your health, and your ability to think clearly. It'll show in your confidence, and it'll show in so many different ways. But yeah, so anyways, I'm kind of went way off topic. Anyways, not really off topic, but but yeah, the cold shower thing. When I was choking, my body was more so afraid of what could have happened, because I used to have really, really bad anxiety. I mean, like, I felt like I was having heart attacks, and I put my hand on my heart, and I felt my body, my heart beating extremely fast, like like it was really, it was really pounding, and that was very, very real. And those are, it's just symptoms of anxiety. Like, I feel like I'm choking, I'm having a hard time breathing, blah, 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 all these kind of things. And, for a very long time, I have not really completely been there for my body. I've spent a lot of time in my head, thinking of what other people would think about me, thinking of how I should approach a situation, thinking of if I'm right or if I'm wrong, or what people would think of if I'm wrong, or I was just spending so much time in my head that my body, as it grew, it was just used to being alone, and it was used to dealing with things on its own, and just like a child going out into the world without his parents, which is my third point, being a mother and father to the body. Just like a child, being without its parents, you throw a child in some water, they go, oh my God, they're gonna be crying, and it's gonna be all bad. And that's what my body was like when I went in that cold shower, and I was trying to calm it down. All right, it's all right, I'm here. And it's like, oh. My body was freaking out. But and then after I made sure I got my entire body wet for at least like a whole minute in that icy cold water, and I stepped out of it, and I'm just laughing to myself, and I'm like, man, my body's still warm. Man, what is it freaking out about? And then it finally hit me, boom. Like, I haven't been there for my body most of my life, and it's gotten used to that, so I really have to earn its trust back. But anyways, so being the mother and the father to the body, so we got comfort the body by meditating, telling the body what it's gonna have to go through, and that you, the spirit, the conscious mind, will be with it. And just like a parent tells the child, like, even if the child has to go out on its own, because the spirit can't really interfere, or it can't really separate itself from the body to literally and physically help the body go through things. But just like the mother, taking a kid to his or her first, karate match or whatever, the kid's kind of scared. And then, the mom or the dad is telling the kid, hey, you know what? We're going to be right here. They're like 20 feet away, talking about they're going to be right here. but they're comforting the child. Hey, we're going to be right here with you. We're not going to run off to the store. We're not going to handle all this right now. Being here and watching you do your first karate match is the most important thing to us, and we're going to be with you. We're going to be rooting you on. We're going to be cheering you on. And then the kid's like, oh, and the kid gets all happy, and they get all this confidence. No more anxiety for the kid, because the parents are, they're there for the child. But as the child grows, eventually the child has to be able to do that for himself. He has to be there for himself. He has to have his spirit or her spirit be there for the body. Oh man, had a little brain fart there. But yeah, so meditating And that's the part where you're kind of not necessarily spending your time in your head, but it's kind of like you're spending your time in your head, and but you're communicating with your body instead of thinking and you're thinking things over for yourself, and excluding the body as if it's just a tool. You don't want to treat your body as a tool. You want to treat it as a completely a different being from what you are, but also connected to you. So yeah, you want to comfort your body so that way it can be ready for what's about to come. Whether you have a finals coming up or something and you're really nervous, just let your body know, like, hey, we might not pass this test. We might pass it, we might get all of them correct, but whatever's gonna happen, I'm gonna be right there with you this whole time. I'm not gonna freak out and hide inside the mind like I usually do. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna think about everything else. I'm gonna be right there with you this whole time, focused 100% on the test that we're gonna have to go through. And then you meditate on that with your body, and then your body starts to calm down. It starts to calm down, and then it's like, okay, cool. I'm not alone. And then the body gets that confidence out of nowhere. Boom. And then you get all this energy, and and then next thing you know, you're doing way better on the test than you originally thought you would. Also, another thing that helps me as far as boosting my confidence, because we're talking about health, aside from the mind, but boom, we got fruit. I love fruit. Whenever I feel down or like I'm losing or something like that, I just eat an apple, a really sweet apple, or like a sweet orange or something, or a kiwi or whatever, so whatever kind of fruit you really like. If you're feeling sad or you're feeling like you're lacking a lot of confidence or something, before you do something, eat some fruit, and I guarantee you will get confidence out of nowhere. This is the biggest confidence booster that is just I don't know how to explain how this gives you confidence, but it tastes so good. And it's so sweet when you bite into it, and then maybe you're dehydrated. That's probably why you're lacking confidence. You're probably dehydrated, and your body's like, man, I feel so dry right now, or whatever. And then this is really sweet, and it's gonna hydrate you at the same time. So, it'll make you happy, and it'll take your mind off of whatever's bothering you. So I guess that's how you can explain how this will boost your confidence. Completely take your mind off of whatever you were worried about and everything. You just, whoa, man. This is sweet. This tastes amazing. And I'm hydrated. So anyways, I got this little picture I drew out for you guys to kind of help explain or go over what I feel it would actually look like for the mind, body, and spirit. We got the body. This is a being in itself. It's not the spirit, it's not the mind. It can act completely on its own. I don't know if you guys ever heard of sleepwalking. And even the subconscious could be dreaming of something while the body's just kind of doing its own thing. And the conscious mind is completely just gone. And a lot of times, even the conscious mind, while you're sleeping, a lot of people say they have black dreams, and they're not conscious while they're asleep. But, the subconscious is kind of doing whatever it wants to do. And then the body, sometimes, it'll also do whatever it wants to do, I believe. But yeah, so we got the body. You gotta you gotta recognize the body as a living being. You gotta earn the body's trust, and you gotta be a mother and father to this guy right here. We all spend enough time right here inside the mind. Well, a lot of us do. Some of us need to spend more time up here and less time here. Oh, goodness. And then the spirit, I'm going to be doing a video going over the pineal gland and, what it is and all of its wonders and things like that. But, recognize, respect, and earn your body's trust. Eat some fruit. Connect back to source with me, The health analytic. I analyze things.